I don't put them through that, because when I was younger I used to watch my parents fight all the time, so that's not right for them to go through. So since they weren't home, I guess I just flipped out and didn't control my anger, and I felt bad afterwards, but I actually didn't really feel as bad, I guess because I'm still like upset over it with him, but I don't know.
Okay, so the reason I asked, well, before I get to the reason, on that day where you really felt that you couldn't control your anger, what exactly did you eat that day? Like, did you have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or could you recall at all?
No, I can recall, actually. It's funny that you asked that, because I'm pretty sure I only had like a granola bar and a water, because recently, I guess, when I get myself all worked up, I'm just nauseous for the rest of the day. Like, I don't know if it's anxiety or if it's just that I'm mad, but like my stomach just feels like it's in knots, and I can't even get myself to eat anything, even if I was hungry. And that's been happening kind of, I guess, often, since like we've kind of been fighting a lot. And just with anything that gets me mad, I guess I just need to control my anger, because I'm letting too many things get me mad and affect my health, and I guess that's not good.
Well, the reason I ask is because a lot of the times your diet affects your mood, and on days where your calories are really low, like, you're likely to be a little bit more irritable and like short-tempered.
Okay.
So just a word of advice to just make sure you're mindful of that, and like if you ever see yourself or feel as if things are getting a little bit out of hand, just maybe think about that, and maybe if that's a problem, are you just hungry?
Yeah, I guess I should work on that, because I have realized when I do eat a full meal, like I don't know, I just think better and like make my choices more wisely than if I haven't eaten, and it's not healthy in general. So I should definitely take that advice. That's definitely would be helpful to me.
Yeah. Just to talk a little bit more about the anger, like you say that you experience it at work and you experience it at home. Do you think that there's anything that you can do to try to maybe reframe it? Like, you say things are making you angry, but is it just making you angry because it's not what you want to hear at the time, or?
I guess I just feel like I've always had this problem since I was younger, and I should have been put on medicine for it, or I should be put on medicine for it, but I don't know, I'm kind of against, like, I guess my mom kind of made me feel that way, but I've always been kind of like against medicine, as like I'd rather like natural ways, so I try to cope with other ways, but it's not really helping. I feel like I maybe should look into medicine, because I do know some people that are prescribed to medicine for that, and it helps them, but I guess I'm just like scared. I don't want to be addicted to something.
Well, meditation.
Or have to like, I guess, depend on something other than myself.
Well, meditation would be a last resort, especially if you weren't able to function at work or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like I can definitely control it before I guess go to that last resort, but just sometimes I like feel like, oh my god, like I could have controlled that better, and I'm just thinking about it afterwards, regretting it, like, wow, I don't know how I did that, or how I let myself get to that extent.
Well, we have our techniques of, taking a deep breath, taking a walk, the music, and things like that. So I would definitely hold off on, thoughts of meditation or anything like that. Okay. I do feel as if we've made progress in the previous sessions.
Yeah, I feel like we have too. I've been using some of those strategies you've taught me, like some of like the relaxation methods and stuff. I've been using some of that, and when I start feeling like I can't control myself, and it has helped me. So I want to continue to keep trying those methods on my own and stuff.
Okay. Did you bring your sheet with your worries?
I think I did actually. Let's see. So I'm a bit all over this. Okay.
Okay, so you have a fear that you've been having trouble staying asleep at night?
Yeah, I guess I've had that problem for a while. I try to put like, I've heard that lavender helps, so sometimes I'll like spray lavender on my pillow before I go to sleep. It doesn't really work. And then melatonin, also I've been trying to use that because it's natural, but I don't know, sometimes it helps, I guess. But I guess I just kind of let my worries get to me, and when I'm like finally laying in bed, even if I am super tired, my mind will be going like crazy, and I'll just be thinking about every single thing possible that I can think of at night, and I can't get to sleep. Sometimes like before like a big day at work, or I have like a big lesson to teach them, I'll be up all night thinking of like certain ways to like help them or certain things I need to say, and then I end up getting like 2 hours of sleep, and that affects me too, because when I'm not on a lot of sleep, I feel like I don't know, I don't think as straightly, I guess.
Yeah, just like the diet, lack of sleep, it'll definitely affect your mood, it'll affect your attitude, it'll even affect how clearly you're able to think and process, like throughout your day.
Yeah, I've definitely realized that I need to work on both of those. It's definitely something I have in mind as a goal for me, I guess.
Okay, I think that's actually a really good goal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I don't know. I guess sometimes I just let myself like get too worried, but yeah, I'm gonna work on that, trying to get sleep and eat and just be healthy, because it will help regardless of what's happening, I guess.
So it seems to me that you're pretty much aware of when, things aren't going right for you, in terms of your anger, and like you're able to see it kind of unfolding,
Mm-hmm.
and you're definitely aware of, whether or not you think it's right, So I just encourage you to keep focusing on that, and maybe next session we can discuss more techniques. I think you touched on, like, you mentioned a lot of good ones, taking a step away, taking deep breaths, things like that.
Yeah.
Maybe we could discuss more techniques, maybe like preventative techniques, maybe more so than
that would
techniques.
definitely benefit me.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.